Turn the cap quietly. Replace the pencil with a ballpoint pen. Then take out the rubber. Write the answer on it quickly. After putting on the rubber shell, the girl took off her shoes. Stuffed rubber into her shoes. Then she passed the shoes to her friend behind her with her feet. After the friend steps on the shoes, take off her own shoes. According to schedule, ready to kick her shoes to the girl, who knows that her strength is too great. Just kick the shoes in the hallway. Two people have a look. They were instantly frightened, seeing the invigilator turning around. Irene sees. She quickly picked up her examination paper. Just as the teacher turned around, she stepped on the shoes with her 2-meter-long legs. Then Irene pulled her shoes to the platform and said, "Teacher, do I need to write my name on the draft paper?" The teacher said it was necessary. "Do you still need to ask?" When Irene filled in her name and blocked the teacher's sight, the friend slowly bent down to take the rubber answer from her shoes. That's it. The friend passed the exam with 87 points. However, when this friend invited Irene to her friend's house to celebrate, a rich student also wants Irene to help him cheat. Irene wanted to turn him down, but the rich student offered a high price of $3,000 per subject, and he will recruit 5 students for Irene. 13 families in total. $39,000 per person. 6 people is $234,000. Irene thought that her tuition fees for the next semester were not yet available. She's a single-parent family, and she's not rich. So Irene called all the poor students to her home. There are too many people. It must be hard to pass the rubber. So Irene thought of using piano fingering to pass the answer. It's the midterm exam soon. Irene finished all the papers in 45 minutes. Then at 9:15, she flicked her finger on time. Answers delivered through Irene. The students struggled to copy. The business of Irene's music training class has become more and more prosperous. The balance of Irene's account is also rising. Then came the final exam. Who knows that the school has prepared 2 sets of test papers for this exam, volumes A and B. The poor students were stunned after listening. What should we do now? Irene sees. She quickly finished answering volume A. Then she made an A-roll gesture. Then she began to pass the answers to the students in volume A. After Irene passes the answers in one breath, all A volume examinees hand in their papers immediately, while examinees hand in their papers. They blocked the teacher's sight. Irene quickly exchanged papers with a student nearby. At this time, there are only 20 minutes to the end of the exam. Irene answers crazily. She finished volume B 5 minutes before the end. Then she gestured while pretending to relax her shoulders, show the beginning of the answer. But even though Irene's fingers were numb, 40 questions are still 5 questions short. Fortunately, poor students can be satisfied as long as they pass. And then just as they celebrated the success of the cheating, Irene was suddenly called to the office by the principal. It turns out that their cheating behavior was seen by David, who was also a smart student. After implementation, the headmaster directly canceled all Irene's scholarships. While Irene was looking depressed, Irene's best friend found her, offered to give her $2 million. Let Irene help her cheat on the STIC entrance exam. The barcode on this pencil is the answer to the exam. Different widths and thicknesses represent A, B, C, D. The number behind the barcode is the answer to the blank. 4 pens in total. Each piece represents a part of the answer. With this pen, they can easily pass the most invigilated STIC entrance examination. Now they have a way. What about the answer? Irene accidentally found that there was jet lag in the STIC entrance examination. Because the STIC exam is held on the same day in the world, Australia opened the book 4 hours earlier than Thailand. Irene will go to Australia to take the exam, finish the examination paper, recite the answers. At halftime, she sends the answer back to her own country. However, there are as many as 140 questions in this exam. Irene could only recite half of the answers if she tried hard. So Irene thought of David, who was also a bully. David said, "How much money can I share?" Irene replied, "You can get $2 million. It turns out that this rich student has secretly contacted 30 candidates. $250,000 per answer. That's $7.5 million. As soon as they receive all the examinees' money, the 2 bullies began to practice every part of cheating repeatedly. Strictly control the duration of questions. Allow time to recite the answers. Increase the speed of going to the toilet. Even the interrogation after being caught cheating was prepared in advance. With the STIC exam coming, the 2 flew to Australia to take the STIC exam. Before entering the examination room, Irene set her watch to tie time, and then take the time to drink water before the exam. The 2 quickly came to the bathroom, put the mobile phone into the plastic bag, then stick it on the toilet tank cover. Then they went to the examination